Emily.
I'm Daniel.
And this is our presentation on xeriscaping in Utah.
So xeriscaping is defined as the process of landscaping or gardening that reduces or eliminates the need for supplementary irrigation. And more simply, it's just returning the landscape to a natural environment determined by the region's geographical ecology. And so water in Utah, we're really dependent on our snowpack. When we have a low snowpack, it usually results in drought throughout the state. High snowpack usually revitalizes our watershed like we're seeing this year. But another thing that we're seeing is that melting times are occurring sooner, so that more evaporation occurs throughout the year and we lose even more water. Municipal water use, we use 60% of that on landscape irrigation, which is very irresponsible for a desert landscape. Utah's population is expected to double over the next decade, and we're already at 3 million people. Urbanization is rapid in places like St. George and Cedar City, and these environments are already arid deserts, and when we add neighborhoods that are going to have green grass, this just provides even more irrigation that's necessary. Water is not a renewable resource, and Utahns are ignorant toward the watershed limits. 39% of Utahns are accused of overwatering, and our current water usage is just simply not sustainable for our desert environment. So there's ecological constraints on human activity, and these can no longer be ignored, as addressed in the last slide. We live in a desert environment. Utah is the second most arid state in the United States, and Utah is also warming twice as fast as the rest of the globe. So this means we're going to be using more water and losing more water in the future. And water is going to be more and more valuable in the future, and these shortages must be recognized and addressed. And xeriscaping just helps future sustainability and more responsible consumption for global climate change. A smooth adjustment economically and in terms of infrastructure can be made if we begin now.
So we're just going to compare these to some other western states that are taking xeriscaping initiatives. In Nevada, they are paying residents $3 for every square foot of grass they remove and replace with desert landscaping, and they're actually taking the initiative to up that to $4. In California, they're looking to replace more than $165,000 square feet of lawn with native water-efficient landscapes. In Arizona, when you remove 500 square feet or more of established grass and replace it with water-efficient landscapes, the city of Mesa will give you the incentive of $500. And then in Tucson, only low water plants are permitted. And this has resulted in a usage reduction of 40 gallons per capita over the past 20 years. Why has progress been slow? Xeriscaping can be expensive. Total yard conversions can cost anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000, and people sometimes don't want to risk the upfront fee with the slow payback that they'll get over long periods of time. And local laws have gone the wrong way. There was a water usage law set in Farmington regulating when people could water their lawns, handing out citations when people didn't follow that rule, and they actually resulted in having lawsuits and people retaliating by watering their lawns through the entire night. And then people just like the aesthetic and the comfort of having a lawn and being able to go outside and just interact on that with their families.
So what is Utah doing now to conserve our water? Since July of 2016, the Salt Lake City Department of Public Utilities increased water and sewer rates pretty minimally for residents, only about $1.50 per month if they're using regular conservative amounts of water, but increased the rates for water for commercial users by 4% and sewer by 12%. So this tiered pricing system may not be super detrimental for residents using water for everyday uses, but it's aimed to incentivize commercial users to come up with more efficient ways to conserve their water use. And at a basic level, the more water used per unit, the higher the rate of payment goes for water. A new statewide rebate program called Utah Water Savers is funded from $750 ongoing appropriation from the state legislature. And this gives rebates for buying smart irrigation systems and timers that save water by automatically adjusting watering schedules based on local weather and landscape needs. And additional rebates for replacing old toilets, completing water-efficient landscape projects. These will be funded on a regional basis by local water providers. And the plans are in place to add additional statewide rebates in the future. And this program will be announced on May 17th of this coming month by the Governor's Water Conservation Team. And there's visibly more xeriscaping happening in neighborhoods, and newly developed businesses are implementing more xeriscape landscapes and rooftop gardens just for the benefit of employees and customers. And the University of Utah is implementing xeriscaping around campus as well, and aims to be water neutral by 2050. And just between 2008 and 2012, the campus reduced their water usage by 15%. So progress is definitely being made. There's definitely room for improvement, but this concludes our presentation.